Manchester United win 3-2 against Arsenal, and it was Michael Carrick's last game as interim manager. And yeah, this is my thoughts and post game analysis. First of all, really, really relieved and huge win for the club. I thought Carrick, despite the circumstances of what Ole left him, he got 2 wins and a draw against Chelsea's Tuchel, right? I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right, but absolutely a huge win. To break it down, Ronaldo scored 2 goals. Who else, right? Cristiano Ronaldo. And then Bruno Fernandes got the equalizing goal right before the end of the first half, which was huge. Um, yeah, overall, I think the first half was pretty poor. It was not much different than what Ole used to do and what we see out of Ole's club and his team. Um, I thought Fred and McTominay early in the game couldn't get open for those passes, and that's what the midfield should do. You should be always available for a pass. That's something that midfielder Jisung Park did when he was at United for 7 seasons or whatever. But he would always be available for a pass. Sir Alex Ferguson will always mention Park G would always be ready for a pass. He would run into open space, and something that's lacking in the midfield for United. But again, Fred, as the game went on, got better. However, the first goal was because of Fred. He stepped on De Gea's foot, and then De Gea went down. Referee should have called a foul, or like should have halted play, regardless of who stepped on who. But it didn't get called, and VAR at the time I was furious, but they made the right call, absolutely. So 1-0. Terrible start, but yeah, what are you gonna do? I thought Rashford played pretty poor. He was a little greedy, and I gotta say Ronaldo in the beginning of the game was pretty greedy too. After making a really nice run down the left wing, he could have crossed it or played a ball in, but he decided to shoot. But again, you gotta trust the GOAT, Sancho on the left, I did not agree with that, and Donny van de Beek deserved to either start, or after McTominay got carded for a yellow card, he should have came on in the second half. Absolutely, McTominay just not in form and not performing at a United level. His passes always sideways or backwards, sideways and backwards, and he just doesn't have that creativity and just not putting in good games. In all seriousness, and then the defense, I didn't really notice Maguire. I noticed Lindelof. I thought he played pretty solidly, and Dalot. I was wrong about Dalot. This Portuguese right back, he played really well. He must have been rusty, but he played excellent. So that was really good, and I think he'll be a good backup. Or if Ralph Ragnick decides to start him, I wouldn't mind either. Telles, I think offensively and passing wise, he's good. He's a pretty tactically good, solid player. But on the defensive side, because of his lack of physicality and his height and build, he can be taken advantage of. And those long aerial balls are his downside. And those happened quite a few times where Arsenal will play it over his head. Ronaldo, what can you say? Could have had a hat trick. In the beginning, I thought he didn't play great, but he had some good dribbles, and that's something that we want to see, or I want to see from Ronaldo. I know we all want to see that. And of course, being clinical, great ball from Rashford. One really good play by Rashford that he made, and Ronaldo. People say that's a tap in. That's tough. Coming at that pace to drive it in that low and that accurately, sublime. And then the penalty, Mr. Ice Cold Veins right down the middle. So he got the 3 points. He got the winner, and then Fred 2 assists. So I'm doing this thing where I'm noticing which players make mistakes. I do this for the Canucks too, but which player makes mistakes, and if they make up for it. Fred made up for it, and more than made up for it. He gave 1 goal technically, and then he set up 2. One that was the great pass to Bruno. I thought Bruno was kind of quiet. He wasn't great, but he got that important goal for the tying goal, and then again. Great run. Sancho finds him. I believe it was Sancho on the left. Sancho finds him. Fred gets fouled in the box, and Ronaldo scores the penalty. Fred, overall, I think his presses are a lot better. He's improving in form as well. so that's really good. And I think under Ragnick he can play really well. Donny, I really wish he came earlier. Again, he came in 87, 88th minute. So I think that's just a waste for for Donny. Either bring him in earlier or just start the damn lad, you know. But yeah, really impressive win. I still think tactically, I think Arsenal play a little better tactically because Carrick again same staff as Ole, but I think the defensive line has improved so much. It was so clustered and chaotic under Ole, and every time they came when Varane and he has been injured for a while, when he's not there, like Harry and whoever, Bai and Lindelof, they look really nervous. But I feel like under Carrick, I don't know what he did, but again, Carrick was a midfielder, right? Ole was like a sub, more of a striker. So Carrick understands that defensive side. And against Villarreal, Chelsea, and now Arsenal, I think they were much more intact defensively. And yeah, even like they scored two Arsenal, but one of them shouldn't even went in, right? The second one, McTominay again didn't pick up his man. So really important win, and this is the important thing with Ragnick coming in on Sunday. We have a very forgiving. I'm not gonna say easy, but forgiving schedule where we have a lot of winnable games, and I expect Cristiano Ronaldo to impact the game a lot, and I expect Donny van de Beek to impact the game. I want to see him start and get a lot of playing time soon, and Sancho flip with Rashford if Rashford starts. Sancho should always be on the right. Anyways, huge win. I'm ecstatic. I am keeping my expectations. I'm taking it one game at a time. I'm not gonna go over the moon. It is against Arsenal, and they've been on a really good stretch. But Manchester United, this is a good move, and Carrick just left. So thank you for